what's going on, crew? This is gonna be your supine sciatic nerve glide. We have a few different options of how we can approach this. We can use a resistance band. This should be like a medium, so some good resistance. You can also use a stretch strap. I like the straps personally, the ones with the sewed in loops, because you can leverage yourself and you can kind of adjust your hands a little more freely. Third technique, we're going bare naked ladies here, right? We don't need anything, we just go with our hands. I'll show you without anything first, what that would look like. So I'm gonna be on my back here. If I have a pillow, that'd be great. Pillow, yoga block, something to go under the head to keep that neck neutral. And then all I'm doing is I'm gonna start here on my back. I'm on my back, legs are gonna be straight. If I have a pillow under my head, a foam pad, something to give myself in a nice neutral position for my neck so my neck muscles don't have to be on, I'm gonna interlace my fingers and I'm gonna place it as close to the crease of my knee as possible. From here, I'm gonna relax the weight of my thigh into my fingers, and that's just gonna interlace my fingers even more tighter. Now from here, I'm gonna take that big breath in, and then all I'm doing is I'm kicking through the door, right? So I wanna think about driving through my heel, pointing my toe up. When I do that, that might get pretty nervy, right? So you're gonna feel a really intense stretch when you do that. You can back off by giving yourself a gas pedal, right? And then I'm coming back down, right? So again, I'm gonna take that big breath in, and I'm gonna use the breath to guide this here. As I exhale, drive through the heel, point the toe up, find my end range as much as I'm able to go, and then come back down through the inhale. And as I inhale, I can point my toes down, and then I can point my toes up. This is called ankle dorsiflexion as I come up into the stretch. There's a couple maneuvers I can do here, right? I can hold this position. I can just hold my leg straight, and then I can floss through my ankle, right? This is still gliding that nerve. If you think of the nerve as like a rubber band, think of the rubber band starting from my butt cheek and going to my toes, right? So you can see how the rubber band is stretching and shortening as I move my ankle. That's very much the case here, right? And then I come back down, right? And then breath in, breath out, flowing through the breath. You can even incorporate inversion and eversion. So I'm rolling my ankle in and out, and you'll feel some different stretches there as well. But go nice and easy with this one, flow with the breath. Okay, so if you have a resistance band, it only makes it that much easier, because now I'm looping the resistance band around the arch of my foot, and then I can just basically pull the band and straighten my leg, so I can maybe get a little bit more range of motion than if I just had my hands cradled. But for a lot of people, cradle version is perfectly fine. Right, and then I can back off. The nice thing about the resistance band is you got some stretch. So you can kind of flow with it with a straight leg without having to bend. Or you can bend, whatever floats your boat, right? Play around with it. But the main thing with this, especially with it being a nerve glide, you wanna make sure you go slow. Nerves don't like to move fast, right? So make sure you go easy, you're gentle with this one. Right? And that's what it looks like with a resistance band. And now my personal favorite, the stretch out strap, right? The loop stretch out strap. So you can see here, there's sewed in loops and notches all the way through. And that's why I like it, is because I know where center is. So I can loop my foot in there. I'm gonna do my other foot here, right? And then I can kind of grab myself on easy mode here and just kind of start light. And then if I wanna sauce it up, I can just move up one notch, right? Same deal here, right? Very much like the resistance band. Bend the knee and then straighten. And then I can kind of bias this and put it more towards the balls of my feet. If I want to get a little bit more of an intense nerve stretch, I pull, and that's going to almost like help me dorsiflex or point my toes up, right? And then bend, and then straighten nice and easy. Flowing with a breath with this one. Bend, and then straighten. Okay, and that's going to be your supine sciatic nerve glide. A few different techniques here. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.